Hi, Tamara here. Welcome to my channel. I'm excited about today's video because we are talking skincare, one of my very favorite topics. I have long been passionate about skincare, and skincare videos are some of my very favorite videos to watch here on YouTube, and they're some of my favorite videos to do. But it can be very overwhelming. There are so many amazing routines that we see on YouTube. So many serums and active ingredients and cleansers and masks and treatments and devices. It can be really overwhelming, and it can be tempting to just dive in and do it all. And if we overdo it, if we jump in too deep and too fast, we can just wind up with a red, irritated mess. So I thought today we would talk about skincare 101, back to the basics, the ABCs of skincare that we should all have solidly in place as a building block, as the basic premise, the building block for any additional skincare we add in. So no matter if you're 20 or 60, no matter if your concerns are acne or wrinkles, these basic elements of skincare you need to have solidly in place before proceeding to the next step. And if you are more experienced with skincare and you already have a semi-complicated routine in place, it's really a good reminder to review the basics and make sure that you're good to go with the basics. So if that sounds interesting to you, I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and let's do it. Okay, before we talk about the skincare routine basics, the ABCs, let's talk very briefly about the basic function of our skin. Our skin is our largest organ system in our body, and it's a very complex and it's a very biodynamically active organ system. But at its most basic level, it has two main functions. One is to keep the environment out, and two is to hold fluid and moisture in. Like I said, our skin is very biodynamically active, and it is very, very good at balancing itself. Our skin is constantly creating new skin cells. Of course, that slows down a little bit as we age, but basically our skin is constantly creating new skin cells. And these new skin cells migrate to the surface of our skin and create what's called the stratum corneum. This stratum corneum becomes what's called our skin's moisture barrier. And so that moisture barrier is very, very important. Think of my fingers as the bricks or the skin cells of our moisture barrier. And then our body also creates the glue or the mortar that holds the cells into place and that seals the moisture barrier. So our skin produces ceramides and cholesterol and fatty acids, and that becomes the glue that or the mortar that holds the bricks together, and that forms a nice tight seal that protects us against the environment, and it also holds moisture in. So what happens when our moisture barrier becomes damaged? Well, that glue sort of loosens up, dissolves, gets sort of leaky, gets some holes in it, and now we don't have a nice barrier. It's sort of leaky. So environmental irritants leak in and moisture leaks out. And what happens is our skin becomes irritated, red, sensitive. We might develop eczema, acne, rosacea. All of those symptoms are symptoms of an impaired moisture barrier. So our goal of skincare is two things. Number one, not to do harm. We do not want to damage our skin moisture barrier, and that is very easy to do by overdoing anything and going in with too many active ingredients all at once. And number two, we want to provide a basic skincare routine that can support our skin barrier so that our skin can naturally balance and protect itself. So what are some of the things that we do that damage our moisture barrier? Over anything. Over cleansing is a huge culprit. Using cleansers that are too stripping, too drying, too harsh, over exfoliating, whether it's a mechanical exfoliator like a scrub or a chemical exfoliator like too much glycolic acid or too many exfoliating masks. Those types of skincare actives can really disrupt and damage our skin barrier. Other things, just going in with too many products all at once, overwhelming our skin. You know, we get so excited about a new skincare routine. It's so tempting just to go buy a whole bunch of products and throw them on your skin, and you can wind up with a real mess. Okay. You know, other things that damage your moisture barrier, using water that's too hot or too cold, sun exposure, wind exposure. There's a lot of things that damage our moisture barrier. But there's a lot of things that we can do to support our moisture barrier. Primarily diet, and that is why last Wednesday I posted a sort of nutrition basics, because our skin cannot function at its best without, you know, good nutrition, good fluid intake, good sleep. Okay, those are the basics, but we're talking about skincare here. With our skincare routine, we want to provide very gentle, supportive skincare that supports our skin's natural ability to balance itself out. Some active ingredients to look for in your cleansers and moisturizers are ceramides, niacinamide. Niacinamide is a magic ingredient for supporting and healing and repairing your moisture barrier. It is an active ingredient that is found in lots of cleansers and lots of moisturizers and lots of sunscreens. So I would definitely look for niacinamide. So really look for very, very gentle products in your skincare. So we've talked about our moisture barrier. We've talked about things that we do that can damage or degrade our moisture barrier. And we've talked about some active ingredients that we can look for that can help repair and support our moisture barrier. So what are the basic elements of a skincare that you must have solidly in place? Cleansing, moisturizing, sun protection. The first step in choosing products is to know your skin type. A person with oily skin is going to choose a different product than a person with dry skin. Although the basic principles are the same, we want to look for very, very gentle ingredients. Many of the products I'm going to mention today are universally effective for all skin types. Okay. Cleansing. Okay. I don't think I have gone to bed at night without cleansing my skin one time since I was 13 years old. It is absolutely imperative every night, regardless of whether you wear makeup and regardless of whether you wear sunscreen, it is important to cleanse your skin gently and effectively every night. Now, I recommend what's called a double cleanse, because if you are wearing sunscreen, and I hope you are, because that is one of the basics we're going to talk about, it is really important. Sunscreen can be very tenacious. It can be very difficult to remove. And a simple, mild, gentle cream cleanser is probably not going to remove all traces of sunscreen. But aside from makeup and sunscreen, we need to remove the bacteria and the sebum and the sweat and just the environmental pollutants that our skin gathers throughout the day. When we say double cleanse, we're talking about going in first with an oil cleanser or a balm cleanser. And again, oil attracts oil. So if we apply a nice, gentle, oil-based cleanser to our skin, it will sort of attract the sebum and the oil and the sunscreen, and it will dissolve it, and it will effectively rinse off. All right, so I am going to demonstrate this easy 3-step process: cleanse, moisturize, and sunscreen. And when we talk about a double cleanse, I'm going to demonstrate how just using one cleanser does not remove all traces of makeup and sunscreen. All right, I am going to demonstrate how a gentle cream cleanser just does not remove everything. So let's try a classic that everybody loves. This is the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser. It's a very excellent cleanser, very effective, very mild. So I put some cleanser in my hand. I don't have much makeup on, but I have a lot of sunscreen on, and certainly I have mascara on. So let's work that into the skin. Work it into the eyes, eyelashes. Yeah, it's not doing too bad. It doesn't sting my eyes, which is very good. A lipstick on, a little bit down the neck. Add a little water, work that in. Use my cloth to rinse it off. Do a nice rinse. It looks like I got most of my makeup off. I'm going to use a makeup remover cloth, and let's just see what's left over after going in with a one-step cleanse. Can you see that? Do you see how one-step cleanser left a lot of not only mascara, but sunscreen and makeup on my skin? That is why it's very, very important to do a double cleanse. So when we talk about double cleanse, we are talking about an oil. The first step is an oil. One of my favorites is this Hada Labo cleansing oil. It is very effective. It's very gentle, and it will melt and remove all traces of sunscreen, makeup, and mascara. This is olive oil based. It has jojoba oil in it. It's fragrance free, and it has hyaluronic acid in it. So how you do an oil cleanse, just a little bit of oil, apply it onto dry skin, work it in, get it all over your eyelashes, and just work that into your skin. Of course, I already removed my makeup now. And here's the important thing about an oil cleanser, the first cleanse. You have to add water. You apply it to dry skin, work it in, and then add a little water. And I don't know if you can see how it's turning white. That is the oil emulsifying. And the emulsification process is what actually removes the makeup, the sunscreen, the sebum, the oil. So then I'm going to rinse that off. One of my favorite, I love these makeup eraser cloths. This is a microfiber cleansing cloth. Now they say that this microfiber cleansing cloth will remove makeup with just water, but I have tried that and I find it to be just too rough. It's a very soft, gentle cloth, but if you're going to use it just with water, I find myself over scrubbing in an effort to get it off. So I like to use this with my cleansers as my washcloth. It offers some gentle exfoliation, and it really does remove all traces of cleanser. Okay, now my skin is clean. So I sort of did my two-step cleanse in reverse. I used the cream cleanser first to show you that it does not remove your makeup. And then I followed up with the oil cleanser so I could demonstrate how you do the oil cleanser, but you would normally do the oil cleanser first, follow with the cream cleanser. Okay, skin is clean. You do that every single night. Then while the skin is still damp, you're going to go in with a moisturizer. And I absolutely love the CeraVe PM moisturizer. CeraVe is such an amazing company. They offer high quality, affordable skincare that includes some amazing active ingredients. The CeraVe PM moisturizer has ceramides, which we know supports our moisture barrier. It has niacinamide, which we also know supports our moisture barrier, hyaluronic acid. It is very lightweight. It absorbs quickly. It is very soothing, and I really think people with almost any skin type can use it. So I've used 3 or 4 pumps, and I apply that immediately after cleansing when my skin is still damp. Feels so good. One of the reasons I like to apply moisturizer immediately while my skin is still damp is 2 reasons. One is the evaporation of the moisture on your skin will pull moisture out of your skin. But the other reason is when your skin is damp and you apply a moisturizer or a serum, it more readily absorbs and receives that moisturizer or serum. So in the evening or the morning, right after I cleanse, while my skin is still damp, I like to apply the moisturizer. Now, my personal skincare routine is a little bit more complicated than this, but again, we are talking skincare 101, skincare basics that everybody needs to have solidly in place before proceeding to the next step. Or even if you have a more complicated routine, perhaps you find yourself with some irritation and you need to backstep and go back to the basics. I want to talk about some other products that I really enjoy and highly recommend, and I will list all these products in the description box below. I already said I really love the Hada Labo. It's very cost effective, it's very effective, it's very soothing, very gentle. I also really do like the Physicians Formula Matcha Green Tea Cleansing Balm. This is a balm, and once you apply it to your face, it does turn into an oil. It's really effective, it's really gentle. The only negative is it does have fragrance in it, which doesn't bother me, but if you have sensitive skin, be very careful of fragrance in your skincare. Some other products I don't have here, but I really enjoy and highly recommend. DHC makes a really wonderful oil cleanser. Simple makes a wonderful oil cleanser. I will list several oil cleansers below. Cream cleansers. Again, CeraVe makes a very highly rated, very gentle, hydrating cleanser. Again, if you have oilier skin, look for the cleanser that's geared more toward oily skin. Another cleanser I have been trying and I really enjoy, La Roche-Posay. This is a gentle hydrating cleanser. Again, hyaluronic acid, ceramides, niacinamide. But one of my all-time favorite cleansers is my Mad Hippie Cream Cleanser. This is a little bit more moderately priced. It's a little bit more expensive than CeraVe and La Roche-Posay, but I love this cleanser. It is so wonderful. It is so soothing. It is so hydrating. I highly recommend it. It has jojoba oil, macadamia nut oil, just some wonderful, soothing botanical ingredients, not at all irritating. I have been using this for years. It's my #1. I highly recommend it. But there are a lot of other cleansers that you can try. Vanicream is a very gentle drugstore skincare line that has very gentle cleansers and moisturizers. Neutrogena has very gentle cleansers and moisturizers. But again, I'm sort of a CeraVe girl and a Mad Hippie girl, and those are my cleansers. As far as moisturizers, like I said, #1 favorite all-time moisturizer, my CeraVe PM. You just can't beat it. Niacinamide, ceramides, hyaluronic acid, gentle, effective, absorbs quickly. I can't beat it. In the winter, my skin is a little extra dry, and I will actually use the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. Now this is extra emollient, and it's more of an occlusive. I'll use this at night mostly. It has ceramides and has hyaluronic acid. It does not have niacinamide. So if you find yourself with a moisturizer that does not have niacinamide, one of my little tricks is I keep this ordinary niacinamide, 10% niacinamide booster on hand. And if I'm using the CeraVe cream that does not have niacinamide, I'll add a couple of drops, mix it into the moisturizer, and apply it to my skin, and now I know I'm getting enough niacinamide. Okay, Skincare 101. We have double cleansed, we have moisturized. Now in the morning there is no need to double cleanse. Some people just cleanse with water. I personally do enjoy cleansing my skin in the morning with my cleansing cream. It just makes my skin sort of wake up. I like to get the circulation going. And then one of the most important steps in any skincare routine is sunscreen. I did a dedicated sunscreen video a few weeks ago, and I will link that below. But very briefly, I am going to show you my 3 favorite sunscreens. My number 1 all-time favorite sunscreen that I use every single day. Ulta MD Tinted Sunscreen. It's a mineral sunscreen. It's SPF 44. It has 10% zinc oxide, 5.5% titanium dioxide. It has hyaluronic acid. It has niacinamide. I look at this like a skincare treatment. This, to me, when I apply it, I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. I wear it every day. I'm going to demonstrate how I apply it. So number 1, most important thing when you're applying sunscreen is to apply enough. You need 1/4 teaspoon to give you the protection that is advertised on the tube. So in order to get the 44 SPF, I need to use 5 pumps. That's what 5 pumps looks like. It's quite a bit. Okay, sunscreen every single day. So I have just applied 1/4 teaspoon. It's very glowy, it's very tacky. I am going to have to let that sit for 10 or 15 minutes so that it absorbs and dries down and sets, and then I can go right over that with makeup. Ooh, I have concealer lips. Let's put a little lipstick on while we finish this video. Okay, that's better. 2 other sunscreens that I really like and I want to share with you. This is the Coats Mineral Sunscreen. This is SPF 50. This is a little bit more affordable than the Ulta MD. I use this when I'm doing summertime activities, such as gardening or kayaking. I will apply this multiple times a day. I will just slather it on. Another affordable mineral sunscreen that I really like is, once again, CeraVe. This is a new sunscreen that they just put out. It is 100% mineral. All the CeraVe ingredients like niacinamide and ceramides, and they're all tinted. The tint is primarily to hide the white cast that you can get with mineral sunscreens, but I'm going to show you the difference of the tints with these 3 products very quickly. Okay, this top one is the CeraVe. This middle one is the Ulta MD. And the bottom one is the Coats. And so I think you can see the CeraVe is the warmest and the darkest. The Ulta is sort of the most neutral. And the Coats is only tinted enough to take the white cast out. But it will disappear into the skin. They're all effective. They're all excellent. Your job, I'm just going to work that in. Your job is to find cleansers, moisturizers, and especially sunscreen that you love to use, that you enjoy using, that is good for your skin, and especially with the sunscreen. Look for something that you love to apply, that you love the way it looks, and that you love the way it feels. Skincare 101, back to the basics. support your skin barrier's function. Gentle cleanse, morning and evening, double cleanse in the evening, gentle moisturizer, look for ceramides, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and most importantly, a daily sun protection. Whether it's a chemical sun protection or a physical sun protection, your job is to find a sunscreen that you love enough that you actually look forward to applying it every single day. Okay. All right, that was Skincare 101. Okay, that was Skincare 101. I hope you found this helpful and informative, and I hope enjoyable. You know, it's the building block. Once you have your basic Skincare 101 solidly in place, your cleansing, your moisturizing, your sun protection, then you can start slowly adding serums and active topicals to target more of your specific concerns, whether it is acne or whether it is pigment or wrinkles, whatever it is. But when you are adding actives into your skincare routine, make sure you add them very slowly, one active at a time. Try to avoid the temptation of overdoing your skincare and going in full force with full excitement and adding all these topicals all at once, because number one, you won't know what's actually helping your skin, but more importantly, if you develop irritation, you will not know what's irritating your skin. Okay, I think we covered it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did enjoy it and find it helpful, I really hope that you subscribe and join our little community here. And I really hope to see you in my next video. I post videos every Sunday with an occasional Wellness Wednesday video. Stay safe, stay healthy, wear your sunscreen, and have a wonderful day. Thank you. I'm not going to demonstrate the cleanse. Should I demonstrate it? I may as well. Except for I don't know where I put my headband. Okay, I need to put a little lips. No, I don't. But because some people, okay, so that was but I am going to caution you